Hey everyone, thanks for trying to learn to play games. My name is Lance, and in today's video I'm doing an unboxing of Wolfenstein, the board game. This is a brand new one from Archon Studio that just shipped. It is a 1 to 4 player game that takes roughly 60 to 90 minutes to play, and is a fully cooperative game where all the players are working together to defeat whichever scenario they've chosen to go on. I'm also going to be unboxing not only the core game, but also the expansions that I got with it from the Kickstarter. So I have the All-Star expansion as well as the Old Blood expansion, and I have the 3 train pack as well that I'm going to be unboxing and showing you what is included in that. And then I'll do separate videos for that to show you how to put it together, how it'll work within the game, because this can be used to be replacing all of the tiles that are included in the game, so you can make an entire 3D game board out of these tiles. So I'm going to show you how to do that in a separate video. But let me know down in the comments down below what other kind of videos you want to see around this one. I am planning a full teaching video, and I'm thinking about doing a playthrough video. So let me know what you want to see around this game. It is one that I'm really excited about. It looked really cool in the Kickstarter, so this is one I'm looking really forward to diving into. But I'd love to hear from you as well, so let me know in the comments down below. As always, if you find these videos helpful, if you like what I do, please consider that like button, subscribe to my channel. It's one of the easiest ways you can support channels like mine, so we can continue to grow and be able to produce this content. If you want to stay updated on all my videos, I was considering that bell, so notifications anytime I release new stuff. So let's head to the table and we'll see what's in the box. All right, so the last thing I want to point out is that this might be a little bit different than yours, as there are 2 different versions of this game. There's one that has the models on sprues that you'll have to clip off and assemble yourself, and then there's a version that you can also have that is pre-assembled. So depending on which version you chose, yours might look a little bit differently than mine, as I chose the one on sprues so that I could clean the models and assemble them all by myself, and I am one of those crazy people that like to do that. So I went ahead and went with that version. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into this again, so it might look a little bit different than what you're expecting. All right, so let's see what we have. All right, so first off, I went ahead and removed a lot of the stuff from punch boards and all that already, so that is all taken care of. So first off, there are 6 characters included in this one. And I'm not familiar with the video game that much, so I'm not familiar with these characters as far as who they are and what their roles were within the game. But these are all our heroes that we can play as. They have this is their stat cards and has all the different information for all of their stuff on there. So we have 6 different characters for this. Ooh, that guy got his head bashed in, it looks like. All right. And then we have some train tiles. So there's going to be 8 of these square tiles. And they are double-sided, so there's different artwork on each side. And it looks like they're pretty detailed. I like these. Kind of small, but they are really good with detail. So, and there's that one again. So have 2 sets of some of these. All right, and then there's going to be small corridors as well. We have 8 of these as well. So those are also double-sided. Looks pretty cool. All right, and then we have the rule books, or the rule book and the mission book. So with the rule book, let's take a look and see what we have here. So we have a list of components. We have a breakdown of the contents on there, the goal of the game and number of players, as well as more of the components that are included, the different card types and breakdowns. I like that. I like when they do that so that you're familiar with the components right off the bat. And then we have game setup, round sequence, including the phases, your turn, which is actions, fatigue, and dice, the movement and objectives, or objects, action and glory, and other gear, sound, and alarm. As one of the biggest things in this, from what I could see, is that you need to be quiet. You don't want to alert the enemies to your presence, otherwise things get bad quickly. All right, then we have the hero phase. This looks like a great example of a firefight to break everything down nicely. And we have the Nazi phase, firefights on the Nazi phase side, death and dying, end of game, finer details, special models, single player mode, so that's cool. We got, and then some advanced rules for things. Looks like a pretty good breakdown. Hopefully that'll be good book to get into and figure out how to play this. All right, then we have the mission book, and I'm not going to expose too much of this as I don't want to give away the hidden secrets within here, but each one of these is going to lay out the mission and show you how to set everything up, all the enemies you're going to need, the legend breaking down all of the different symbols on there. Looks pretty straightforward and good. And then again, with mine, I have the model assembly manuals. So this is going to show me how each one of the models goes together and how to have all the enemies and stuff situated. So that is mine. And then I also have a paper here for all the different models and all their numbers. And then my dashboards in that. And then again, with mine, I have a small box here. This is all of the dice that are included in the game. So we have a bunch of D12s. They got shields on them, bullets, health. So cool. All right. And then my second small box. This is going to be all of my cards. So there's quite a few in this one. So let's go ahead and start with the little guys here. So let's see what we have. We have equipment cards, and then there's also chest cards. So you'll be able to find some of those throughout the game. So what do we have here? We have bookcases and desks, lockers, metal chests, metal shelf, safes, wood box. All right, and then we're into the equipment cards. So we have all kinds of different equipment cards, including ammo elements, bayonets, bulletproof vests, castle plans, chainsaw, diaries, uniforms, dog food, fruit, golden busts, hand grenades, hatchets, helmets, knives, liquor, magazines, passes, pipes. So all kinds of stuff. Silencers. Looks like a lot of fun. All kinds of cool stuff. All right. So that's our small cards. And then we have a collection of large cards. So let's see what these are. So we have weapon cards, event cards, enemy cards, and that's it. So 3 different types of cards we'll find here. So enemies, each one of these it looks like is going to be numbered. And we'll have the breakdown of the different enemies' stats and any special rules they have in their weapon. So we have all the different drones that are going to be numbered. And as you're going to see, each of these enemies will have a number on their base as well. So that'll be what that corresponds to at the top there. We have fire troopers, officers, and the Panzerhound, rocket troopers, soldier, super soldier, space marine. There's quite a few of these. Uber soldier, and some of the bosses. So Professor Solomon, General Oscar, and the Mecha Hitler, as well as Adolf Hitler himself that you get to blow away. All right, then we're on to events. So each one of these looks nice. You got a little bit of an illustration there and some different options maybe. There's a whole collection of these. I like that art design. It's cool. All right, and then we're on to weapons. So AR marksman, assault rifle, automatic shotgun, always handy. Handgun. Very cool. Machine guns, MG60, shock hammer, SMG. So all kinds of different stuff. All right, so those are the cards. They're included. All right, and then the final box. So this is going to be all the miniatures in that. And again, I'll have a side panel running of high quality images of all these, all the 360s of all these. So our heroes are going to be in blue. Again, my models, I had to pre-assemble. Again, if you had yours that were already assembled, you might actually have trays in here that have all the models nicely organized and all that. I do not, so I will have to figure out a storage solution for these. Hopefully, at some point, I will get around to painting some of this stuff. I have hope. I don't know if it'll ever happen. I have so many games that I would like to paint, but I don't know if it'll actually happen. So we have 6 different heroes, and then, like I said, all the different enemies, and each one of them on their base is going to have a number that'll correspond to that particular type of enemy. So that way, when you pick that enemy, you'll have their card as well. All of the different enemies that I have assembled already. Some of mine will have little white spots around them. That's where the super glue, where I place the super glue. All right, and then we have a bunch of different doorways. So these are some spare doors that I had. So each one of these is a doorway that you will have to maybe assemble. Again, depending upon if you had pre-assembled or not. So these have the base to them that you'll just slot in there. And then you also have the door that'll go in there. It would have been nice with these. I did see in some of the Kickstarter images where you had a little part that slid in from the top that had the doorway. I don't know how I feel about these as much because these do pop off. So you can replace them as you're going to see with the other doorway as an option. But they seem to work pretty well overall. They stay on pretty good and that. So there's a whole collection of these that you have. And then again, like I said, then there's the other doorways. These are considered the barricades. So these are a little bit different in how they are affected in the game. From there's a ton of different tokens that are included in this one, as well as a round marker and a hazard tracker, or a round tracker and a hazard tracker. So those are also included. And then, like I said, you have a bunch of different tokens for all your different stuff, your objectives, your bullets, and all that. Another cool feature that I like are these trays. So each player is going to have one of these that they will use to manage their area. They have their different, looks like bullet types. They have health trackers and their armor trackers, spots to place some of their different tokens, maybe effect tokens and status effects and all that kind of stuff. And then slots for all their different cards, all the different small cards, and then some of the larger cards with coin slots next to them as well. So you'll be able to place different things in those. And you even have a spot up here to hold your character dashboard and all that. So all that kind of slots in and is held really nice the way that they have that set up. So I really like that. That is really cool. This is a very hard plastic. It's a injected molded plastic. So that is really cool. You even have a spot here for other things, maybe some additional tokens or whatnot. But these are awesome. I love these. These are really cool. So that is everything included in the main box. So let me go ahead and put this away and I'll grab the next one. All right, so next we have a couple of the expansion boxes. So I'll go ahead and start with the Old Blood. So with this one, this is, I think, the non-Kickstarter exclusive box, if I'm correct. I don't quote me on that. So this one's going to come with 5 additional characters that you can play as, or different variations of them maybe. As I think that one guy was in the original game as well. So this is the mission book for this one. So again, this works the same way as the other one. It'll list the different missions you can play that you can choose from. Again, mine has the model assembly manual. And as you're going to see in this one, this is one that I have not gotten around to putting together yet, as it wasn't quite as high of a priority since I won't be using this for some of the other videos right off the bat. So this will be what you'll see if you had the ones on sprues. So this is one of the sprues that it comes with. So each one of these will have all of its little parts that you're going to have to clip off. And then, of course, if you're a painter, then you're going to want to clean the mold lines off of those models and that as well before you prime them and start painting them. So the heroes are in blue. It looks like we have a nice big kind of mech with this one. Let's take a look here real quick. Well, there's a monstrosity, but I don't think that's what this is. Yeah, there he is. So you have a little robot that you can maybe use. All right, and then we have, there's the monstrosity. He's the big bad guy in there. And a couple of other ones. Again, these are all numbered as well, and we'll continue the numbers from the base game. So we have some dogs in here and all kinds of stuff. Maybe some looks like undead kind of soldiers. And then we have some additional bases, or looks like hallways or whatnot. So again, these are maybe some more outdoor, looks like maybe some more outdoor locations in that. So those are cool. And then we have the additional large cards. So these are shamblers, and you'll have 8 of those. And then we have some hounds, marksmen, and then a couple of additional bosses. We have some new event cards. There's the mech for the heroes, possibly, and then some new gun types as well. So all kinds of cool new stuff. All right, and then we also have some of those smaller cards. So chest or drawers, wardrobe, beer, always good. Chicken, Egyptian trophy. So all kinds of cool new stuff that you'll be able to explore and find. Nuka-Cola. That's cool. Okay. And then finally there's some additional large tiles too. So it looks like you get six new large tiles. Yeah, some outdoor locations, a crypt. We got some graves, some turned graves in that. Very cool. And some large holes. So that is Old Blood. All right, so next we are on to All Stars. So this one I have started working on a little bit. This is going to have a whole bunch of new heroes. You got 6 there and 6 up here, so 12 different heroes to choose from. A whole bunch of them. Okay, then we have, again, another mission book, so I'm not going to open that up to reveal that. My model assembly manual. So all the different heroes we get to put together. And another robot. And then the models for this one. So I believe this was the Kickstarter exclusive one. So this has the different hero models in it, some of the different enemies. And then you also have I had 2 sprues. One I've already completed cleaning. This has all your different objective tokens, your different bell, all the different things. Hero spawnings, the noise markers and all that. And then there's also bullets, which is cool. So it looks like some of your guns will need ammunition in that. So you can replace the tokens with actual physical little bullets and stuff. So that's really neat. And then, like I said, I already have half of them clean. So there's 2 complete sprues of that. And then we also have a small selection of additional cards. These are all equipment cards. So ammo belts, blue figure, cigarettes, clarinets, so all kinds of stuff. Grenades, gold medallions, the pinboard, red figurine. So very cool. And then there's also an additional set of cards. So I think these are randomizer cards in that. So you have, there's the different enemy types or bosses and that, a whole selection of new events. And then, like I said, these, which are, I believe, randomizers for spawning, so you can kind of create your own missions and that, or generate your own missions unlimitedly through these cards, as there's a whole set of these. So you have the start cards, you have boss cards, you have room cards, whole corridor cards. So yeah, all kinds of different stuff and how to set up each one of those. So yeah, you build to randomize how everything kind of, all your different stuff, how that works and that. So that's really neat. I'd be really interested to see how all these work. All right, and that's everything in that box. So now we're down to the final box, the 3D train box. All right, so now we have the 3D train kits. Now this one I've also started working on already, and I've separated most of it from the sprues and placed stuff in bags and that. So we have the different types of connectors. There's 3 different types of connectors we have for this. And then we have a bunch of the little short hallways, and these are double-sided, so you'll be able to change out the way that some of your stuff looks, your different corridors. So that's these. And then we have the larger ones. Again, there's 5 different ones for these. So we have like bookcases and walls, different filing cabinets and banners, all kinds of different things. Insignias on there, flags, different storage areas, and barrels and all that stuff. So a bunch of different options to kind of tailor your stuff depending upon what you're looking for. So then again, there's the second set of those. And then finally we have the larger flat boards. So these are single-sided, of course, because you need the bottom side to connect to the different things. But there's a number of different patterns on these as well. So you've got all the different things there. And you don't need to glue any of this stuff. And I'll show you how this all assembles in a later video. But you'll just connect your little connectors onto there, and these will start connecting to each other. And you can set them up in all kinds of different patterns. So that is all those. And then they come on these sprues here. So I went ahead and left 2 of them on there so you could kind of see what the sprues look like. So these are the different flat panels. And then you have your 5 different types of walls there. So there we have a fireplace there that I didn't show you yet. And there's a map on that one, and bookcases, like I said, and all that different stuff. And then you have the 2 different short hallways. All right, so that is everything included in the game. I hope this was interesting to you. Let me know again in the comments down below what other kind of videos you'd like to see around this. I love hearing from you and starting a conversation. So until next time, I'll see you later.